Whether you're on a tight budget or have a decent amount of disposable income to throw at your health and wellness products, maybe it's community you're after, a solid support system to help you on your journey. Fitbit seemingly has something for everyone. Up until now, though, they haven't really had a full-fledged smartwatch. With the introduction of the Ionic, they're finally in the smartwatch game, but other manufacturers have a healthy head start. So, is the Ionic good enough to make its mark and earn your dollar? Let's find out. The problem with fitness smartwatches, as I've reviewed them, is that they're often jacks of all trades, master of none. That's all about a user experience, though, which we'll get to in a bit. First, let's take a look at Fitbit Ionic's hardware. The Ionic is an improvement on the Blaze on many levels, though some may prefer the more diminutive size of the Blaze. The Ionic is larger and features a more rectangular shape than the square Blaze. And unlike the Blaze and many of the other Fitbit products, the Ionic does not snap out of its housing. It's a fixed affair with interchangeable bands. The bands are proprietary in how they connect with the Ionic, so you won't be able to grab any old 20mm band, but the Fitbit is one of the most popular fitness wearables on the market, so there are already quite a few third-party Ionic bands available when you hit up Amazon and many other places online. Another improvement over the Blaze is the charge cable. This time around, there's no need to remove the device from its frame to charge. The Ionic's cable attaches directly to the pogo pins on the back, right above the heart rate sensor. The display on the Ionic is Gorilla Glass 3. It's durable. It's going to stand up to the bumps and scrapes of daily wristwatch wear. It's a large, bright display that looks great indoors and out. The watch case itself is aluminum, and it's pretty well sealed this time, which eliminates one of my biggest complaints with smartwatches and fitness trackers: waterproofing. Though the Ionic doesn't specifically label its water-resistant IP rating, the literature states that the watch is water-resistant to 50 meters, or 5 atmospheres, or 150 feet, and you can swim with it. Great. A smartwatch I don't have to feel like I have to baby. That said, there are people on the interwebs who are still questioning its waterproofing because Ingress certification also has a lot to do with water pressure at continuous pressures for specific periods of time. For example, swimming presents challenges to Ingress which are different than wearing the watch in the shower or a jacuzzi. The jets of a jacuzzi or spray from a shower head may present greater constant pressure than that produced when you're swimming in shallow water. So beware of that. Even with the case being well sealed, you get 3 buttons for operating the watch, in addition to the fact that it is a touch screen to begin with. This comes in handy when your hands are damp or you're wearing gloves. On the left side of the watch, you get a back button, and on the right side, you get context-sensitive top and bottom buttons. Each button is attached to a shortcut for easy navigation. The Ionic has quite a few sensors built into it, which will help you gather all those fitness metrics you're probably interested in if you're buying this. Other than the heart rate monitor on the underside, that's pretty much it when it comes to the hardware. But in my opinion, Fitbit software is what makes the product as compelling as it is. It's the Fitbit app, which works on both Android and iOS, that makes Fitbit one of the most compelling fitness trackers on the market. We'll touch on that in a bit. The software on the watch itself enables you to do quite a bit. The Ionic is still a fitness product first, smartwatch second, but it's a very close second and probably one of the best implementations of a smartwatch on the market, though admittedly, I'd like to see a large round watch case, something along the lines of a Nixon. I understand, though, why rectangular works better for these displays. From the main screen, you'll see your notifications if you swipe up to access them on demand. You'll also see music controls as well. Swipe left to see battery. Let's go back there. Swipe left to see battery, and then you'll swipe right to see other apps. Though the text and icons are vivid and easily readable, you can't interact with the notifications other than reading them. No shortcut responses, no voice dictation, just the notification. That's also the compromise when you have a device and service which work well across all platforms. Other apps of note directly on the watch are the coaching app, which I really like, or Coach. It just says Coach on it. Pandora, and wallet. One of the bright spots of the Fitbit Ionic, which sets it apart from other smartwatches, are the guided workouts. On competing devices, you're going to actually have to add something like these as the third-party apps, but Fitbit's purchase of FitStar a while back has given them a great tool for casual beginning fitness enthusiasts. So what you have with the personal trainer right on your wrist, this coaching app, it shows you great video how-tos, gives you time to set up, to see the videos prior to engaging in the movement, then times you through the movement. It really is a solid tool, but comes with only 3 routines to start. If you want more, you're going to have to pay for premium content through FitStar Fitbit Coach app that's available for iOS and Android. The Pandora app is another great addition for those who use the service or those who'd like to leave the phone at home or in a locker during a workout or run. You can now sync a Pandora playlist directly to the watch and listen without the need for a phone. Once you've paired your Bluetooth headphones to the watch itself, of course. If you don't want to go the Pandora route, it's good to know the watch has 2.5 gigabytes of storage, so you can transfer around 300 songs directly to the watch and listen that way. Fitbit now has their own wallet app so that you can pay for things directly from the watch itself now that the device has NFC. Of course, your bank has to support Fitbit's pay system, and if you're worried about security on the watch itself, you'll have to set a device PIN in order to use Fitbit Pay. What this does is lock your watch whenever it's removed from your wrist, requiring the PIN to be entered once you put the watch back on. For those of you who only need to feed your caffeine addiction, you get the Starbucks app. Just use the app on your phone to sign into your Starbucks account and connect to your card, and you're good to go. Now, what makes the Ionic one of the best devices for those whose primary use case is fitness tracking is the battery life, automatic fitness tracking, and the social features built into the mobile app. In the world of fitness trackers and smartwatches, the battery life of the Ionic is Herculean. I regularly get 4 to 5 days out of the watch. By comparison, I only get a day, maybe a day and a half out of the Apple Watch, and 2 to 3 days at best from Samsung's Gear S3. You can set the Fitbit to automatically recognize when you're exercising, and it's pretty darn accurate. It'll recognize that you're active, then categorize that activity. That's helpful when you're trying to win that work week hustle challenge. My favorite aspect of the Fitbit ecosystem, though, is actually the mobile app. It's clearly laid out with the ability to customize the tiles you see on the home screen. It's intuitive, it's bright, and fun. And best of all, its social sharing and community features are bar none in this space. I have quite a few friends who are Fitbit users, and we all sign on to different group challenges regularly. Work week hustle is one of the most common ones for us. It's a challenge to see who can complete a certain amount of steps for the week. There's also a workday hustle and weekend challenges, and they're all pretty effective. You get reminders and updates throughout the day regarding those challenges, and they really keep you honest if you allow them. With regard to the user experience, this is, in my opinion, the best fitness smartwatch on the market. When you couple the outstanding battery life with the excellent community features of the actual Fitbit app itself, the question you're left with is, what do you really want in your wearable? Are you looking for the kind of device integration that a traditional smartwatch like an Apple Watch or a Huawei watch or a Samsung watch gives you? Or is fitness your primary objective? If it's the latter and you don't have the disposable income to buy a fitness tracker and a smartwatch, the best all-around product for most people is probably going to be the Ionic. So that's it. That's the Ionic. If you have any questions I didn't answer in the video, please leave them below. I'll get to them. And as always, thank you for watching.